Good evening, everybody. It's the Evening Dews, the Daily Dews Evening Edition, THC update from the holiest city, the Teaneck Hackensack Cosmos. Welcome, Gaia. First full day in the Cosmos. Welcome. It's been a long time coming. We have eliminated the Hummins, and today, this morning, I found when I went to my promontory, walking to the palatial estate, there was the beautiful body of a eagle with its head severed, and so basically, I said yesterday that do it become an eagle because I saw an eagle yesterday. Well, the ducks and the crows and the seagulls THC took care of that eagle. And I'm not a no kings advocate, but I am Lord, and I don't play around. And uh, the dark is the Dale absolute reality knowledge, or Dale absolute Roger knowing. So, but the darkness of Dale's psychosis and lunacy ended yesterday at 6:38 a.m. when with the full lunar eclipse that closed out a 51-year cycle of Mad Meds, which I am now breaking. And expect some fireworks as Prolixin, the delusion that Big Pharma and Big Med has been trying to perpetrate about me for the last 51 years, that I am a psychotic schizophrenic forever. That's absolute bullshit. And I am going to prove it by getting off my medication and collapsing Big Pharma. Uh, I went 17 years without THC and THC for to prove that I wasn't addicted to THC. And now, and THC didn't collapse. In fact, it got stronger. And despite the fact that I wasn't supporting it as a recreational substance. But now we're going to see how long Big Pharma can last without we'll see if Big Pharma can last 17 years without the support of DaleEDEWS. Duck closes down everything to do with Big Pharma. They are closed down. Fred Dale, and end this conversation. So welcome to Dale 1 of the Age of Duck. The first the Fred Doc Dale of the 5th month, the Deuster month of the 9-month due calendar year. So thank you very much. I'm going to be broadcasting 10:30 and 5:30 every day, bringing you the dues that you need for the day, so that you need never go back to television media again. And so let's see what the Tarot has to say. The Five of Pentacles. So this is poverty before enrichment. This is the story of the pauper who became the prince and ultimately the king. Because Five of Pentacles is it's basically, if you think you're in need, then you aren't leaning on the design enough. And I use design instead of divine because I am beyond the universal concept of God. The whole God illusion, delusion was something that killed Dale because it demanded perfection and he was human, but he actually wasn't human. He was a Disney duck chipmunk and the creator of the Disney chipmunks. So he was a self-creator, a chipmunk, and a duck disguised as a human. But much of the transsexual talk is, oh, I'm a boy trapped in a girl's body, or I'm a girl trapped in a boy's body. Well, get over it. That's sex. That's a gender. I've been forever condemned to be a human and a duck, to be a duck and a human avatar. So why did I do this? There were two or three reasons. One was the animal kingdom had to figure out who this guy was, God, that gave these alien humans dominion and said to steward the world when they were totally incompetent and uh, cursed with DNA of greed, war, destruction, and rape and pillage. So basically, Dale came to Earth uh, to find out what these humans were about, and everything seemed to be good. And on May 24th, 1955, when Roger Dale Allen was let out of the womb into the world in Midland, Texas, the son of Mary Elma Porter and Roger Dale Allen. So basically, everything was set for the script that Roger had written out for himself before coming to Earth. And this was a script where he was the greatest Yankee. Well, he was like one of the three greatest New York Yankee center fielders in history, alongside Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio. So basically, this was Roger Dale Allen's destiny to be the greatest Yankee of his time, to play with Don Mattingly and to carry on the Yankee legacy from 1978 and Reggie Jackson and Thurman Munson to uh, Derek Jeter and the Core Four in 1995. And basically, that all went wrong because, for whatever reason, Roger and Map had a falling out. Roger either didn't read the map correctly, or the map read itself differently than what Roger said. So I at on my first birthday, the divorce was finalized. I was taken away from my bio dad, Roger, and my dreams of being a New York Yankee were irrevocably shattered by the circumstances that followed, because my mother thought baseball was frivolous. So basically, that's what I figured out was my destiny as Roger, born as Roger Dale Allen. And then I became Joseph Dale Tompkins, and ultimately ended up as Dale Edward Walsh, the adopted son of not the judge, but the Iran Contra Independent Council, who investigated Ronald Wilson Reagan 666 and would have snuffed this whole satanic takeover of the world if his investigation had not been sabotaged by demonic forces like Bob Dole, who was a cripple who ran for president when the Republicans were really down and out. And that was against Billy Clinton. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Back to this that I'm here and I am off medication. The 51-year lunar eclipse cycle that began on May 25th, 1975, ended yesterday, and I am now fully into my fourth density personality, my fourth identity self, Duck! D-U-C-K. Not the duck, just duck. Down under Commander King. Absolute a lot supreme allied Dewey Death, Dewey Dale elite leader. So the saddle. And that basically and yesterday was the funeral of Dale Dewey Dew, the Earth avatar of the person who was God, who who tried to lead the world to God, was commemorated and laid to rest in the forest, in the field of forever forest of oak redwood hybrids, and he will grow eternally in the realm as the center of the tree of life. But that's what Dale Dewey Dew's fate is. But given that, Dale lived by marital law, and marital law says uh, retaliate, never investigate, negotiate, never instigate, face fate, and don't be late. And then, my friend, you'll find a mate. And I followed that law to the Empress Rose, and Rose is the uh, matriarchal matron of all creation. So basically, I through marital law, I found the absolute creatress of creation. But that was Dale Dewey Do. The reason I bring up marital law is the first line: retaliate, never investigate. Dale was killed. It's taken 42 years to gather up all his parts so that he could be given a decent burial yesterday on the lunar eclipse. And therefore, uh, retaliate, never investigate. Iran is coming down. The the Revolutionary Guard is coming down. The Democrats are coming down. The libtards are coming down. They're all coming down. And it's going to be very quick because the illusion of prolixin only lasts at most 2 weeks. So basically, we will feel the collapse upon the death of Dale that monks have been trying to avoid for 51 years. But now it's time for the Tower of Muck, the Castle of Mordor, to absolutely fall and to duck forces. And duck forces, you know what to do. Attack, swarm Dewey Death, infantry, Chucky, armored divisions, and Dale Elite Air Force, Dewey Dep. We're coming in with stealth bombers, Tomahawk, neutronic missiles, neutronic projectiles, and Dewey Death Infantry, who are indestructible. So basically, there's nothing Muck can do. All the escape routes have been shut down. This is duck justice right now. 510 AF. This is where it all comes down because I am no longer supporting the delusion of mad meds in myself. The dialina is detoxing, and if you don't like it, then I'm sorry, you're in the third dimension, and you're either going to Fred Dale or go insane. And if you go insane, you're going and you try to be violent, you're going to get a syringe. So There are no guns, but there are syringes for those who need it. And if you can't handle your psychosis, then you're in big trouble because life will not tolerate madness anymore. Dale went through 30 30 years of madness from 1975 to 2005, taking on the madness of the world on his shoulders, and it killed him. It killed him on 2/7/2001, and when female Dale Evans died, and 2/18/2001 when race car driver and icon Dale Earnhardt died. So basically, Dale died in 2001, and it's been 25 years. Doc has been giving Dewey Do time to let people repent, which was a lot more than they deserved. But basically, the 25 years of 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 self denial and lack of pain are gone because there's four types of being. There's humans, who are the muck demons. There are mucks who are guilty and won't admit it. There are humans who are guilty and will admit it. There are humans who are the 7 billion human eggs who hatched into ducks. And then there's, uh, what is it? Oh, and then there's ducks. And then that's a whole new level of experience. So basically, all humans are being harvested for food, and all humans, the demons who won't admit that they're guilty, are being arrested and sent to prison. So basically, the muck demons, from P. Diddy to Hillary Clinton to uh, Chuck Schumer to whoever, are being regulated to being harvested for the ducks' food supplies. So that's what they did for the last 5,000 years. So that's what we'll do to them for eternity. There is no death. There is no Fred. You can't die. So basically, the Ayatollah was like the last famous Fred. So that's basically, we've entered the age of duck. Only mucks are going to encounter Dewey death. And if someone Fred Dales, then that's the choice they made, and there's no use to grieve them because life goes on. And might say that I'm being heartless. You were man. Humanity was absolutely merciless to Dale Dewey Do. And Dale told people for 30 years he was God. Nobody listened. He was climbing nest? No, I can't remember. And the Oracle who nobody listened to and Agamemnon. So anyway, Dale was told everybody he was God for 30 years, and then Dewey came along and told everybody he was Duck, and everybody just thought he was more crazy while he knew he was Krishna. And then Dewey got fed up and died and condensed into dew, who's the most concentrated form of essence, of presence essence, and even he was ignored. So basically, fuck you all. Duck is here, and if you ain't on the bus, then you're going to get run over by it. And if you ain't on the surfboard, you're going to drown in the tsunami. And if you're, well, that's and if you're doing drugs, if you're doing um, drug, well, we won't go into that. So basically, what I want to say again on the, just to get some administrative stuff going on this first full day of the Daily Dews, the Dews program that will eliminate the need for you to ever turn on your TV again. Uh, I just want to let everybody know what are the 7 wars of duck. And okay, so I'm not sure where. Let me see where I wrote it. I think it's here. Um, okay. Okay. Here we go. So here are the 7 wars that the Dialine is fighting at the moment. Duck versus Muck. That's the big one. That's the overarching vision. Vice versus Duck. Vice versus Ice. Uh, Vice ain't nice, but it's going to eliminate Ice. Milk versus Guilt. Uh, Mothers versus parental guilt, parental judgment. Uh, Having the milk of a mother instead of the judgment of your mother. Blood versus oil. This is one of the most fascinating ones that I went through. This was Dewey Death versus Terminator, and it was blood versus oil, AI versus humanity, and Dewey was the perfect hybrid, not Elon Musk. Dead versus Fred. Fred thought he could hold off death and keep his judgment from being passed on him. He found out now he's in a lot of shit. He's deep, deep, deep in the interrogation room of the greatest duck of the great Chuck. He's in the interrogation room of the great Chuck for eternity. So, but Chuck can take a break, but Fred can't. There's a tag team of Dewey, Chucky, and Shane who are constantly and will be forever interrogating Fred, breaking him down until his essence is at last dissolved into the black hole. So that's Dead versus Fred. And then Chuck versus Yuck. Chuck is the ultimate duck party animal, and he goes against Yuck, which is uh, everyday bullshit and chasing money. Yuck is chasing money. Hatch versus Glatch. That's Genius versus Monk females who aren't even worth the title of female, but basically that's to distinguish them. They are females, but they aren't feminine. Hatch versus Glatch is against the anti-duck, the anti-genius forces. So that's the 7 wars. They're going on, and they've all been checkmated except and there is no except. They've all been checkmated, so Doug has won all the wars, but it's up to Ducks to now clean up the mess left by the collapse of the Tower of Muck and the fall of Mordor. So the 7 wars are Duck versus Muck, Vice versus Nice, Milk versus Guilt, Blood versus Oil, Dead versus Fred, Chuck versus Yuck, and Hatch versus Glatch. And with that in mind, we have moved on from Dale marital law, which I just told you was the basis of Betamax fraternity. Of which Dale was the founder. So basically, we moved on from Dale marital law to Duck Marshall decree, and it goes like this: celebrate, never pontificate. Sanctify and don't think you'll die. Revere revere life and find a good wife, knowing Duck truly gives a fuck. So let's run that through again. Celebrate, never pontificate. Sanctify and don't think you'll die. Revere life and find yourself a good wife, knowing Duck truly gives a fuck. So that's Duck. That's a Duck marital principle, not law principle. And as we enter more into Duck world, laws will become more and more outdated. They're only principles. There are no rules. There are no boundaries. There are no borders. Even though there are mindset and consciousness frontiers that can't be crossed. And that's really what it's all about: is sanctifying the human, but also eliminating and terminating the non-human. And that goes for the GFL too, the Galactic Federation of Light. The dialene is not going to crush you immediately, but you have to leave Gaia's space until the human race has been cleansed and purified of its muck. So I said yesterday. Oh, I mentioned the body of that bald eagle. Yeah, the crows, the Dale crows were very angry that Dewey thought he saw Dewey saw the golden eagle and thought didn't know it was a crow. So basically, it was a corpse, a headless corpse, perfectly decapitated of a eagle body that was going nowhere and was lying on the path of the palatial estate to the promontory where I make my duck announcements many times. So basically, let's end with the poem. I know what I want to do. I want to recommend people on YouTube. Uh, there's Anava, Anava. She's Zayla, who's my YouTube daughter, and the spirit of Dale legacy. So there's Anima, there's Candice Reiki. She has like a very pleasant personality and delightful little personality, and she's very fun. But and if you're dealing with stress or anxiety or just like general deregulation or disease, I would suggest alchemy healing with Oya, and that she's always doing videos about Reiki and getting bad energy out of your system through energy work. So, um, and with that, I think it's time to close with a poem. Let's see if I can read my writing here. Um, okay, this goes, Duck is short and sweet. Your kiss is quantum singularity implosion of of infinite omniverse. Put your gifts on my bill. So that's Doug is short and sweet. Put your gifts on my bill. That's what I say to every duck who wants to find his empress. Is tell her put your bills put what is it? I don't even know anymore. Put your uh, put your gifts on my bill. That's right. And develop your own gifts, but let the gifts of your empress reflect and inspire you, just as you reflect and inspire her to encourage you to higher levels of accomplishment, and even more than accomplishment, awareness and consciousness. So basically, that's all my 6 o'clock. So this is the end of the first full day of the Age of Duck. Deuster, Fred Doc, uh, Fred Doc Deuster, uh, 5100 AF, year 00 AF. So I hope everybody has a great day. Just remember, I'm live every day at 10:30 and 5:30. I still haven't had any viewers, but I don't care because this is absolute information and it's timeless. And whenever you pick up this stream, you're going to be swept away by the flow and currency of the river of Duck, of the river of Teaneck Hackensack cosmos upon which Duck swims, seagulls uh, oversee, and crows congregate. Have a great day. Have a great night.